Hey all my dudes and dudettes, this is Byron, the multiple interests man here, and welcome to another video. Now in this video, I would like to get into this topic regarding what some of you know and what some of you don't know, which literally regards the Kings Island 2024 season. Now for those of you who are KI fans, let me tell you this, because basically this year we are getting some somewhat major changes, but also a lot of minor changes that are coming into the park. And not to mention, but the racer is getting fully retracked once they complete the full retrack on the Blue Racer, which they already did that with the Blue Racer last year, which is something. And as of this year, we are seeing some interesting changes that will literally give Kings Island a different type of look and name. And with that being said, I would like to start off by talking about Camp Snoopy. Now, apparently for Camp Snoopy, it is only taking 95% of what used to be the Nickelodeon Central area, back when the kids area was just half and half, and apparently they are doing it again. But basically this time it's going to be for Planet Snoopy and Camp Snoopy, which I literally assume that Planet Snoopy is going to get rethemed down the road, while Camp Snoopy will just remain the same. But that's later in the 2020s. But like as of this year, we are focusing on what Kings Island is actually doing. And with that being said, let's get on to it. So first things first, let's talk about this brand new roller coaster that's coming to the park called Snoopy's Soapbox Racers. It'll be a brand new Vekoma family boomerang coaster that will basically send the riders down a thrilling launch hill, and it will basically speed up to 36 miles an hour. And it's also filled with twists and turns as well, so it'll be something. And basically there is some information regarding the coaster itself, which the starting line will start right at the 70-foot hill, which is going to be very interesting. And it says, as Snoopy waves the checkered flag, riders will be released and launched forward onto a track full of accelerating twists and turns, like I said before, passing the Camp Lookout Station, racing toward the finish line up ahead, which is going to be very interesting. I mean, it doesn't look badly tall, but I'm not gonna lie, it does look taller than the old Flying Ace Around Chase quite a bit. And I assume it's not going to be as intense as in Vertigo is. So it's kind of interesting to see the layout. And I'm not gonna lie, but I actually do like the layout of this. It just looks very interesting, and I'm really glad that Cedar Fair had just teamed up with Vekoma to basically put in a new ride there. So that is very cool. Yeah. Check that out. Okay. And also what's new is this new playground called Beagle Scout Acres. Basically, it'll be a new play area for the kids where they can run, crawl, play, or relax with the family in a shaded, comfortable space. And it says explore a campsite filled with turfed mounds and grassy areas, interactive equipment that would make noise, and tents to climb through and over, and footprint paths made by Woodstock and his friends, which is very interesting. And I'm not gonna lie, but there's not really much in the playground itself. I just really hope that Kings Island could put in a little more effort than that, but I don't know, it's not really my problem, basically. And I know that they are adding a new restaurant in that area called Pigpen's Mess Hall, which has not been officially announced yet, but I did see something on X where they actually teased that, and that's actually very interesting. So I'm excited for a lot of families to check that out. So basically, that's going to be very interesting. Now, basically, I would like to talk about the rides that are going to be in the area itself, but they would be rethemed. And like the only one that's not going to be rethemed is Linus Launcher, which is going to be repainted, but basically, you know what I mean. So basically, as of right now, I would like to talk about what Kings Island is going to be doing for the Camp Snoopy area, and it's going to be something very interesting. So one ride that's getting rethemed is this log ride, which used to be called Race for Your Life Charlie Brown, but now it's going to be called Charlie Brown's Rushing River Log Ride, which is actually interesting for the Camp Snoopy area, I guess. I'm sure it's just probably going to be very similar to Race for Your Life Charlie Brown, because, it's a log ride, even though they literally repainted it. I heard that they're repainting it again, which is kind of weird. Woodstock's Air Rail, which is basically the suspended family coaster that is actually a retheme of Flying Ace Around Chase, making it look like a tree itself, which is not bad, but I just cannot even believe that Kings Island is going ahead and repainting it, even though they had just repainted that ride 2 years ago, which I'm not gonna lie, but it sounds like Kings Island's doing some poor planning here, and I don't appreciate that type of planning that they're doing, but basically it's not my problem, but it is what it is. And Franklin's Flyers, which is basically a paper airplane themed type of ride dedicated to Franklin, which is an African American Peanuts character. It states that, hey, you can fly, and it is also a retheme of Woodstock gliders. So basically, instead of riding on the gliders, you're basically riding on the flying scooters that'll basically be the paper airplane lookalikes, which you can honestly tell by the way it looks. So with everything being said, here's the thing. And last but not least, I would like to talk about the shows that Kings Island is doing. So apparently there are no new events going on at Kings Island, but just the same ones from last year except for Coaster Stock. And basically the reason I'm going to talk about the live shows is that the park had already released the lineup of the summer shows this year, which they literally did that so early. And it is basically the lineup that we really need to talk about. A little bit of it is bad, but most of it is actually just fine. So with that being said, let's just get onto it. So let me get everything straight. In 2023, we only had a couple of new shows in the park, which they were exclusively for the bandstand, for the summer, and for Haunt. And nothing else had changed. Not even for Winterfest in the entertainment lineup. And now we're in 2024, which actually brought us some interesting surprises. So let's look at the lineup right now. Okay, so far, there are only 4 shows and a fireworks show. So let's talk about the ones that are coming back. So we all know that Retrospect is coming back, which I'm really surprised is coming back through these dates. Very cool. It'll be part of Grand Carnival that's running from July 20th through August 4th. So I would like to talk about some that are coming to the parks. They're basically new. So let's talk about Country Crossroads. So it'll be a brand new country show that'll basically feature a live country band and vocalists performing the country hits of today and yesterday, which I'm not gonna lie, but regarding Country Crossroads, this actually does remind me of Forever Country. Now here's the thing about the show. I'm not sure if the live band in this show is going to be the same one as we've had for the past couple years, which is River City. But I'm not sure if that is the case because in a lot of country shows that we've had for the last several years, but not in a row, there were basically no trumpets in the show. And basically, I don't mind seeing no trumpets in the show because apparently you only get the pianos, the guitar, and the drums, not really much else, but you know. But it's like, other than that, if they want to be kid friendly, that's fine, but like if they want to do this for all ages, that's great as well, but I just hope that they do it in a very good way. And I'm really hoping that this show would be kind of better than the 70s on demand. And what I'm really hoping is that the background of the stage would probably look different, which I hope so. And speaking of the live band, which I literally expect a different live band to perform in this show anyway, I hope this does not mean that Monster Rock is coming back, which I highly doubt it is. I have no idea what types of shows that they're going to do for Haunt, but I really hope it's new, and I hope that those new shows are going to be indoors while we have Nightwalkers and Dr. Nightmare coming back, which I can definitely see that happening, but yeah. Also, what's new for this year is the Gazillion Bubbles, which will take place in the Kings Island Theater, running from June 15th through July 7th, and it will feature the beauty of bubble artistry and the wonders of soapy science and interactive musical fun for the whole family, with mesmerizing bubble magic, immersive lights, and lasers, and also high energy music, which really the lasers in the show? Damn, this reminds me of Gravity. And it's spellbinding experience for all ages. I'm not gonna lie, but this looks a lot more kid-friendly than the previous shows that we've had in the Kings Island Theater. And apparently with this show that's basically coming to Kings Island, it's run by the same company that's also doing the same show at Dollywood, which is down in Tennessee. And it's actually, I don't know, it does not look too interesting to me, but hey, at least Kings Island is doing something for fun. And to be fair, it doesn't look as interesting as kids think it would be, and what sucks about it is that the show is only going to run for a month, which is basically due to budget cuts, and that's very bad. And to be quite fair, I'm not sure if this means that Kings Island is basically making a Haunt show for the Kings Island Theater, which I would love to see that, but ending on July 7th? Seriously? Okay, I hate to complain about this, but why the hell is Kings Island and its parent company going through so much budget cuts, especially when they took out the park ambassadors this year? Is it because of the fact that the company itself and also Six Flags are just merging if it literally goes through by the summer? I mean, it could be. And I'm hoping that the budget cuts will not continue this fall or winter, but who knows? And I hate to repeat this, but the other show that we are getting is another stunt show at the International Showplace. It'll be called Trailblazers Extreme, which the name does sound very similar to the Elevation Extreme. And it's going to run from June 29th through August 11th. And according to the description, it says, "It's time for summer camp. And you haven't experienced one quite like this. Acrobats, aerialists, and extreme athletes come together for the ultimate campground adventure featuring extraordinary high-flying feats of courage. So, yeah, this show is definitely going to be made by the same company that has done Off the Rails, All Wheel Sports, and Night Walkers, etc., etc. Speaking of Elevation Extreme, it's also another show that's basically at California's Great America. But basically with this, it's a little different, and it is going to use the same set as Off the Rails has. So it is kind of safe to say that Nightwalkers is definitely going to return, which I'm definitely eager for it. But for Trailblazers Extreme, that's very cool. I can't wait to see it. I mean, to be honest, Off the Rails is kind of getting a little outdated anyway, but for Trailblazers Extreme, it's going to be something. And last but not least, let's talk about this new fireworks show called Under the Stars, which is another nighttime spectacular that Kings Island is doing. And it's gonna have and it's not only gonna have fireworks, but also hundreds of drones, laser projections, just literally stuff like that to combine to celebrate the unforgettable memories from the KI visit, running from May 24th through September 1st. So for this new Under the Stars fireworks show, it's gonna be kind of like the two previous fireworks shows that we've had, like Fun Fireworks and 50, as well as Adventure Awaits. I mean, this is safe to say that I assume that Kings Island probably wants to continue to use the drones and the laser projections for the park itself, which is basically something. And I got nothing much to say about it. That's just basically it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, but this lineup is actually not that weak, but apparently it's not really as strong as what I thought it would be. Because I'm telling you, man, Kings Island is just basically saving a lot of money, which I mean, I can definitely see that, but I can definitely see why it's getting so old these days. So yeah, there's just not a lot to talk about. But I am kind of looking forward to Country Crossroads, but for the Gazillion Bubbles, I don't really know. For Camp Snoopy, I do kind of have the mixed feelings for the area itself. And as for the Trailblazers Extreme, I don't know. I mean, I do kind of have mixed feelings about it as well, but I do kind of agree it's going to look good. And that's basically it. That's all I can talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. This is me, Byron, signing off. Now, folks, excuse me, I gotta go drink some water. Peace.